what's your next thing that you'd love to have or that you feel is a necessity or something like that?
What could you on YouTube? Oh no.
Yeah, I agree, Bill.
That's because your lawn sucks, dude. your only crabgrass lawn, bro.
All right.
This is for the real man.
What's up, everybody? Welcome Tuesday night.
What's
going
up,
on?
y'all?
Nice, another week.
That time again.
All right, we got on the lawn training. I think he was on first last week too in the chat. So, congrats on back to back there on the lawn training.
Yep.
Got lawn analyst is here. Amelia, who's up New York lawn. Oh, my dear lawn fellow Utahns in here.
Yeah, seeing real good lawn. Papa Mo's low. Nice to see everybody in the chat tonight.
Jason
Awesome.
Vaughn's here.
Grace
Yeah, what's up,
Ortiz.
guys?
What's up, guys?
Thanks for tuning in.
All right, so welcome to the 11th episode of Keep Off the Grass livecast. Wow, 11. This is awesome. I'm Brian, or Lawntism on my social media accounts, and I have the privilege of kicking off the episode. So first, I know I don't want to keep Mr. Lush too long, so let's grab that glass and keep off the grass.
Bush.
You got those
All
Celsius tonight? What are you drinking there, Dave?
I'm thirsty, so I'm just getting water.
Stay hydrated.
Lush,
All right.
Lush is flush.
Okay, so
Okay.
tonight, as you guys all know, we are going to be diving into the world of lawn care equipment. So that means mow jobs, trim jobs, and Zach's favorite blow jobs. We're also going to be drawing some names for the live chat for those of you who want to be on our special guest next week. So stay tuned for the live chat. We'll tell you when that's going to get started. And we also, this would, of course, it wouldn't be a KOTG livecast show without some kind of giveaway. So we will announce that a little bit later for those that are in the live chat as well. So stay tuned. And we want to give a special shout out to a few of our compadres who weren't able to come with us tonight. Some things came up. We got Zach with Backyard All Day, and then Brent or Lawngenuity. You guys are missed. And we got Cody, Meister, my lawn's gone, but there's a special reason. We want to give him a congrats because he just had a new baby boy.
Yeah.
Right.
So throw out some names in the chat. Names he should name them. We already tried to convince him to do Husqvarna, but maybe you guys can find a better name for him in there.
Bermuda grass. That's what I'm going for.
I heard Hawk is a great middle name.
Hawk. Hawkeye.
Yeah,
All right.
Seahawks, man. That's what I'm talking about. What?
Seahawks. All right, you guys want to get started with let's get started with equipment. What do we got?
I was wondering.
Mowers?
Go ahead. Yeah, let's do mowers.
All right. So from people who probably were on our website, you can go in and see what kind of mowers we all have. I think Cody and I are the only Husqvarnas. Most of the rest of you guys have what? Toros and Hondas?
Yeah, Time Master.
Time Masters?
Yeah,
Nice.
Time Master for me too.
I've got a
Awesome.
John
Right
Deere.
here.
Oh, yeah, Vince.
Oh, the
John
old
Deere.
green JD.
Got it for free. So
That
Can't be free.
can't beat that price. Yeah.
Free is the best mower.
You know, I guess one thing I'll say, Vince, like John Deere rider mowers, I feel like they almost dominate like the average dad home, lawn guy. But you get into a push mower, John Deere makes a great push mower, but not a lot of people have them. So, I mean, I definitely know that you have a good mower with the John Deere, but that's something that I've always noticed that John Deere push mowers, not very many people have, but a rider, you see them all over the place.
yeah, no, I had this is my second John Deere mower. Both were free. The first one was a hand-me-down that I got from a cousin, and it had the caster wheels in the front, the swivel wheels, and the engine. It had a nice engine, like 190cc engine. It had a lot of power and was really good for me. And so when that what happened on that was the weld on the caster wheel that holds the wheel to the body or the bottom of the mower that snapped. So I tried welding it a few times, but it just kept snapping. So ended up finding another new mower in my neighborhood. It ended up being another John Deere JS28, 190cc, and seemed plenty powerful for my yard, and it's been working out it's been working great for me. So I did have a Cub Cadet in the interim. I did have I tried that out for about a season, and then I found the John Deere, and then I gave the Cub Cadet to my in-laws. So now it's over there.
Hey, and before we kind of dive in more on our mowers that we have now, I mean, do you guys all remember your first mower? I mean, mine was, you never forget your first, right? You never forget your first. So mine was one of those old lawn boys with the green body with that offset wheel hanging off the side. And I mean, that was like the test of, growing up and cutting my dad's grass, was trying to figure out how to hang that silly bag that like hangs off the side with that like rod that sticks up off the deck of the mower. I don't know. Did anybody else have one of those old lawn boys like that? They cut so nice though, even though they basically polluted the entire ozone with the blue smoke pouring out of them.
Didn't those things run off a diesel basically?
No, it was mixed. It was mixed gas, so it gave a nice little puff of blue smoke every time it started up.
My dad we had an Aaron's walk behind growing up, big orange mower. And I didn't, the thing was great. We had the same mower my entire childhood, and we never had issues with it. But I didn't realize how expensive those things were. So when it was time for me to buy my first mower, I was like, I'm going to give me an Aaron's like my dad, the big orange ones. And they're hard to find out here in the Midwest. But then when I saw how much they cost, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to find something different. So I guess maybe I was a little spoiled, or maybe they're just expensive, but that thing ran like a champ for years and years.
Nice.
I
A
see a
couple
lot of-
guys look like they have the same as me. I had an old snapper, and so Matt Dawson said he had a snapper, and then who was it? Papa Mo's Lowe's said he had a snapper, and there was one other person. I can't find him right now, but yeah, old snapper wasn't mine. I mean, it was my dad's, and I remember going out and using that thing, and man, having that self-propelled, wow, that was like fancy, and really like that old snapper.
Yeah, snapper was what I used to drag up the street to go cut the old lady's grass and make $20 and barely break even by the time I paid for gas and stuff. So.
And they're super heavy too.
Yeah.
Super heavy.
Yeah, they're built.
Man, we're in heaven with what we have today, but those snappers were freaking heavy, man. My pops had a snapper as well. Self-propelled. We would bag the heck out of everything. Bag. Throw
Oh,
back,
yeah,
throw bag and
so much work.
So a
So
lot
how-
of equipment. I want to actually ask. This may start a heated debate because there's a few people in the chat talking about it as well. But gas versus battery. I mean, where are you guys at? What do you guys have a preference?
I'm
I-
gas
I-
motor all day long.
Gas motor. Okay.
I'm a gas motor man, but I think battery is gonna change the industry very, very soon, man.
Yeah.
They're coming up with Taurus, coming up with some very good gadgets. Eagles already making some noise out there. So I'm kind of excited. So
Until
I mean,
I can charge a battery in the time I can fill a fuel tank, I'm not interested.
I'm
Well,
still
that I mean,
gas
that's a concern for like commercial guys, but
yeah.
I think if you have a 7,500, 5,000 square foot lawn, and especially for like the hand tools, like a string trimmer blower, having battery is a great option for like the homeowner DIY, kind of typical lawn size. They work great. They're powerful now. The batteries, have 5, 6, 7 amp hours. So you're getting, a decent runtime off of them, and enough, 40, 60 volt batteries that have the power too. So, I think they're an incredible option for homeowners.
I agree when it comes to string trimmers and editors and stuff like that. I have a gas and I have a battery, and I think I started my gas one twice last year. I have no reason for it.
Yeah, can't beat the maintenance on them. Just
Right.
take the battery out
Yep.
and put it on the charger. You just got to remember to put it on the charger.
That's my big thing. The space for having different battery packs and chargers and having a backup. And I'm sure if you in the long run, if you compare maybe the cost of gas versus, chargers and you buy it once and then you just use your electricity or whatever. But I'm super limited on my space. So for me, the 21-inch Toro Recycler Smart Stow, where you can tip it up on the side, that's been really nice for my tiny little garage and my little squeeze in the minivan and my car and all the stuff on my side.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely the battery stuff is something really interesting. And if I ever get more space, that's something I'm definitely going to look into down the road.
Yeah, I mean, size matters, right? So, that the size of your yard, the size of your storage space, those were the big factors that I took into consideration when I bought my Time Master last year. I have a 9,000 square foot lawn, and I went from a 22-inch recycler to the 30-inch Time Master, and it legitimately shaved like 20 minutes of mow time off the time it takes to cut my grass. So it was a really cool thing to do and have that bigger deck. Has a big, nice, powerful engine on it too. And the best thing that I've found about the Toro mowers especially is that personal pace, self-propelled system. You can't beat it, man. Just
Nice.
just hold on to it and push, and it matches how fast you walk. It doesn't pull you along the lawn. Like I used to cut commercial with a commercial lawn boy mower, and you got the rabbit or the turtle, and you're drag. If you put it on rabbit because your boss is yelling at you, it's dragging you around the yard instead of matching how fast you're walking. So I think the personal pace and the bigger deck size were what I looked for when I when I got my new mower.
Hey, well, talking about deck size, I think there's a new person that just joined on the chat. He's got a new equipment. Probably want to talk about Olee. Oh, they just
I think, and he just left.
and he's just left.
And he's gone.
Can I ask
Well,
a quick question to
Beat me
the
to it, Vince.
to the cool season folks? I'm just curious, like on the gas electric thing. So for those of you guys that get snow, how many of you guys use an electric snowblower versus gas?
I had an electric snowblower, and then we got 4 inches of snow, and it took me an hour and a half to clear off my driveway. So that thing was gone, and in came a Toro 824 gas, and I will never have another battery snowblower ever again.
Yeah, that's why I'm always curious. I have a combination like on the on edge trimmers and stuff. I use some battery stuff. I mean, on the mower side, I will always be a gas guy, but I went on the Toro. I went electric this year, and in the first blizzard we got, I couldn't literally get through my driveway. I returned that shit so fast.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, it's terrible. It's nice when you only get a couple inches of snow. It moves around easy. It's easy to store. You get some real snow, and it becomes a paperweight.
Oh, the best snow is when you can, you get that real super fluffy light snow and you can just go out there with your regular blower and just blow your driveway off. You don't even have to get the snow blower out.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, when you have a little dusting or something, yeah.
Have you guys seen the new Sunjo battery powered reel mower?
No.
I saw
Is
the
it the-
reviews from like Brett.
Brett, yeah.
Brett's Grass Capades. He did a review on one.
Man, that's pretty nice though. For
Are you going
200
to start reel mowing your St. Aug down there?
probably the back part, not the front.
Yeah.
Nice for someone that wants to reel mow for a good price.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
the
it
thing's
kind of sounds
100
like
$170 on Amazon.
Yeah.
size
I
of
mean,
your
does
lawn-
everybody rotary mow or does anybody reel mow? Mark, were you reel mowing your front yard?
yeah, I'm gonna reel mow my front yard, and then I'll still probably rotary mow backyard. But yeah, but this will be my first time. I mean, I'm new to reel mowing, so I won't pretend to be like I'm an expert or anything.
Ollie, are you working with a 22-inch deck or 21-inch? What are you working with there, bud?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you cutting with?
Let's see here. Let me turn this down out here. I just picked up a 36-inch turf tracer, X-Mark turf tracer.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Stepped
Nice.
up from a 30-inch X-Mark commercial deal to that 36, 14 and a half horse. So first time I used it was today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long do you think it would take to mow your, what do you have, 130 something thousand square feet?
I'm only using that at the shop. So
Yeah. I mean, with like a regular, like 21 or 22 inch mower, what did it take you 2 or 3 days to cut your lawn?
just give up. But at the house, I got a fair 61-inch cut at the house, and I actually got to mow today. That was pretty nice. Got to mow today.
Yeah,
That's
how many
awesome.
inches did you cut off?
Say again,
How many inches did you have to cut off?
man. There was places that was probably 8 inches tall,
Wow.
and I was breaking the 1/3 rule all day long. It's 80% chance of rain tomorrow, and
Done.
had to do something
Yeah.
because it rained all weekend. Couldn't do anything this weekend.
Were you left with a lot of clumps?
Not really clumps, because that mower will throw it so far,
Right.
but definitely, grass laying on top that I wish wasn't there. And
Yeah.
normally if I have enough time and it's warm, I'll let that lay there for like an hour or two and then buzz it again and chop it all to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So I think something I'm going to do this year that I've never done is I'm going to try some gator blades. I've only run the stock blades.
Yeah.
Gator blades are nice.
Gators and see if it'd, shred that even more.
Yeah. Yeah. I
'Cause
run them on my Time Master and had them on my 22-inch recycler. And I mean, that's not the same as a 61-inch zero turn, but they do a really good job cutting the grass. That they have the high lift to get the grass lifted up and cut it too. So highly recommend the gator blades.
I mean, I Andy turned me out of those last fall, and so I got one, and it's made a difference certainly with the amount of time I have to side discharge because it's too tall or too thick, I'm able to mulch it better. I don't know that it's like incredible, but I mean, the cost of the blades is no more than going down to Home Depot or Lowe's and buying just a standard blade. So I think it's worth looking into and seeing if it does anything, any better for you.
Yeah, and that's one of those simple upgrades you can do for your mower if you don't like the way that it cuts, or kind of it seems underpowered, or you have one of the more like basic kind of intro level mowers they sell like at Lowe's or Home Depot. That's a really, really simple way to upgrade that, is to put those gator blades on it and get a better cut.
Now that we're on upgrades, what do you guys think about the stripe kit?
You got to go Checkmate.
Huh?
You got to go with the Checkmate.
There you go.
Big League Lawn. They're awesome.
I have. Go ahead.
I can't stripe St. Augustine though. With that,
yeah.
St. Augustine it's too thick for that. But man, I see you guys using those upgrades, man. It's pretty nice. The striper kits.
Yeah, getting the stripes with something has made a huge difference in the way it looks when you're done. I mean, with the cool season to get them stripes, I love it. I don't have the Checkmate. I have Toros. I think they're about the same price. I think I want to try the Checkmate because the Toros is just like on a hook on the back, and you can't back up. And sometimes if you're trying to maneuver in weird spots or make sharp turns or go backwards at all, it's kind of cumbersome. So. Mm-hmm. I want to try the check or the Big League Lawn Checkmate one. See how that works.
I got a code for you, Bill. 10% off.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, my birthday's next week.
What's the code? Share the code.
GCI 21.
GCI 21.
All right. I think Brent just got one too, right?
He did.
Big League Long Striper. Checkmate, yeah. So looking forward to seeing what he does with that.
When I upgraded my mower to my Time Master, the only reason I bought it was so I could have wider stripes. I had a small quarter-acre lot, and as you read the reviews, it's like, oh, it's a time saver. You should only buy it if you have, half.
Hey, Nate, I don't appreciate you calling us quarter-acre lot guys small. Right?
Yeah, we're average.
But you get my point. But it was one of those things where like. Yeah, I didn't need it, but I wanted the wider stripes. That's the only reason I bought it. And literally, as I'm going to buy it, I ordered my Checkmate striping kit as I'm going to buy it. So it was like I had this vision of like, I want the stripes, I want wide stripes, I want them bold, and that's what I want to do. And then I had that mower. So then when we moved into this house with a bigger lot, I was like, oh, it kind of works perfect. But honestly, a lot of people think that I ride, and when I had my 2 houses ago, I did have a walker. My dad actually found it, and that's what my dad has, and he uses it, and I love it. I mean, walkers are a different look. They cut differently, but they're a good machine, and they cut real good. But I love that. Love that mower. But yeah, that's like
yes.
The only reason I bought my Time Master was purely 30-inch stripes. That's the only reason I did it.
Yeah, and you do have the Checkmate on it, right? I'm seeing lots of people in the chat saying they have the Checkmates on their mowers too. So
yeah,
pretty cool. I think I'm going to try to DIY a flap of some kind, but I got to try it out first and get it built, and then I'll share what I'm working on to make sure it works right before we see how it does.
Has anyone used? I think Jimmy Lewis put out a video about like a quick disconnect to retrofit the Big League Lawns.
I don't want to tried the necessity of that. I don't. It's 4 bolts. You take a 17 and 19, you zip them off, the thing comes off. You put them back on, it's on. Some people like it. I don't see the necessity for it, but my biggest issue with it is it pushes that thing back another 3 or 4 inches, and I feel like my feet would be hitting that as I'm walking. So that's
hunched over.
Okay.
The only reason I actually am very interested in a quick connect because of my hill. Because I keep mine on, and that adds 25 pounds when I'm doing the hill, and that's a big difference. I mean, that mower itself is heavy, and then you got the striping kit. So like one of my thoughts for this year is if I can find a cheap battery operated mower that only weighs 30 pounds, I might actually try and pick one up just to mow my hill with. So
But Nate,
but-
you're never gonna catch Mr. Lush if you keep shying away from the hill.
Well, I tell you what, you fill up that roller with 300 pounds of water. That's how you get close to catching Lush.
And that's something I didn't think about, because with the Toro one, it's just a weighted roller on a little hook on a bar, so it comes off real quick and easy. So I'll do all my going around the perimeters and around my tree and some other spots in my backyard without that, and then I'll just put it on when I want to stripe the main parts of my yard that people see. And that's real easy to take it off and put it back on. So if the big league one, the checkmate kit, is harder to take off and take on quickly, that might factor into whether or not I actually get one.
Bill, you have an impact?
What's that?
You have an impact drill? A drill that you can put a socket on?
No, but I could get one.
If you have that, it'll take you 15 seconds to take that thing off there.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
It's not impossible to take on and off, but for myself, like theoretically, I want to take it off every time I mow. When I have to do my hill every other time. So the quick connect is something I'm interested in. But to your point, Andy, yeah, that pushing that back 3 or 4 inches, I don't like that idea.
Yeah. What you could do is you could take the because it's just 2 bolts on each side. You could really just take those off and put pins in them that have a cotter pin in it, and you just rip those off, and your angle stays the same. The depth from the front to back stays the same. Not to, I'm not trying to bash Jimmy's kit, because I'm not. But I just think there's better ways to resolve getting it on and off quickly.
Nope, I agree.
All right. Hey, let's move over to trimmers and edgers. I think I asked one time, do you guys actually have a separate trimmer and edger, or do you have use the trimmer for both?
Hey, Brian, can I ask one quick question before we move on to trimmers?
Sure.
I feel like a lot of people on here have the Toro Time Master, and that kind of seems to be like, if you're going to go to the 30-inch deck, that is, in a price point that I think a lot of people are comfortable with. For those of you guys that use that as your primary mower, like, why did you go with the Time Master? Why do you stick with the Time Master over other options? I mean, why is that kind of like the dominant 30-inch deck?
There's not a whole lot of options in 30-inch with a push.
That's actually my dream mower, man. Once you go 30-inch, man,
you never go back.
You never go back. Yeah, I've used it a couple of times and I'm in love with it, but I can't pay $1,100 for that right now. Not right now. Probably in the future, or when I have a bigger lawn, like 10,000 square feet or more. But right now that I have like 4,200 square feet, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
With my super recycler. But
I think
I want to upgrade to that one. It's definitely on my wish list for sure.
I can think of a couple other.
One.
Go ahead.
They have a 30. It's either a 28 or a 30-inch. It's one where like the front wheel is like it's offset. It's like forward a little bit more than the other front wheel.
I've seen that. I can't remember who makes that.
It's Cub Cadet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I don't know how much it is. I think a part of it is just the branding of Toro, right? That's a lot of people.
Skag's getting into the high width push motors too. Now they got a 32-inch Skag that it starts out at, what is it, $2,500 for a push?
Yeah, it's a 30. And it's more of like a commercial grade,
right?
kind of like the X Mark 30 and the Turf. What is it? The Turf Master 30, which is the commercial Time Master.
That's twice the price.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So,
they're more closer to $2,000 than $1,000.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've always been a big fan of Toro motors, or Toro mowers. My uncle actually back in Pittsburgh owns a Toro dealership. My dad, my whole family on my on that side, my grandfather had a mower shop when we were growing up. So, we've always kind of been around Toros, and they've always been really good mowers. And, Mark, to your question, and I mentioned it earlier, my 9,000 square foot lawn, it cut down 20 minutes of cut time for me to upgrade from my 22-inch recycler to the 30-inch recycler, or to the 30-inch Time Master. So, there was a definite time savings. And that's, the primary reason that I bought it, just to get on and off the lawn faster. So I could, get out there for the weekend cuts or the weekday cuts, do double cuts on the weekends and finish all my yard work in the same time that it used to take me to just cut the grass with my smaller mower. So, that was my consideration for it.
I thought you bought it just so you could get that hat.
No.
But string trimmers versus edgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a huge
do it.
debate.
Or
I have them both. I like them both. I can't get down the flip your trimmer upside down and walk backwards. I always put little lumps into the yard, and so I use a blade
one
trimmer
time.
with a gator blade on it.
The gator blade. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, Andy, I think you said you also use the edger once, but then you maintain it with a trimmer, right?
So yeah, I have a Ryobi gas. It was the trimmer, so I bought the edger attachment and a rototiller attachment. So I'll go the one time a year, maybe twice. I'll hit it with the blade, and then I'll just maintain it with the string trimmer after that.
Okay.
Yeah. I have the combo Ryobi 40-volt system. For the string trimmer, I edge every time I cut my grass with the actual edger attachment, with the blade edger. And I have the brush cutter attachment, so that way I can cut down my wildflowers when they either need deadheaded or at the end of the season to trim, cut them down to the ground and get them all ready for the season, for the end of the season.
Vince, what were you saying earlier?
Oh, we were talking about edger versus string trimming for the purpose of edging. I was just going to say, I responded to a comment on one of the Facebook pages today about someone asked the same question. And what I like to do is I'll use a bladed edger in the beginning of the season, right after winter, when the soil is like right up against the edge of the sidewalk, the concrete. It's really hard to get like that deep like groove with a string trimmer. So I'll define that at the beginning of the year a couple times with a bladed edger, but then I'm maintaining it pretty much the rest of the season with a string trimmer, and that works out well for me, and it's quick and easy. But I have the steel combi system, so it's not like a separate edger or a separate string trimmer, but they're the attachments, right?
Yeah.
So we've got the edger, blower, and the string trimmer.
My pops has that one as well, man. It's pretty neat. But I'm a 100% a trimmer, man. I just like it better than edgers. I have a buddy. His name's A Yin. I don't know if he's here though. He has the best trimming skills I've seen from a Ryobi, bro. That guy trims his St. Augustine lawn, and it looks like if he used an edger. Like, it's so nice and thin and crispy. It's pretty legit. So I'm sticking to trimmers as well. So 100% trimmers.
Yeah. See, and I have a corner lot, so I got twice the sidewalks as everybody else. So that's why one of the reasons I like the edger, because you just set it down in the edge and just follow along. You don't have to control it like you do a trimmer.
Yeah, I'll do my flower beds, my natural edges with the trimmer, but I have a lot of sidewalk, and then I got the little boulevard or parkway, whatever you want to call it, and I just go right around that with the edger on the wheel, and it's super easy. It's quick. I have the Ryobi Expand It system. I really like it. I think it makes it really easy to switch real quick. And man, I tried one time edging around my tree with the trimmer and trying to get all, looking all good. I was going to film it, and it was terrible. I mean, like, just like Andy said, man, I was going all over the place. I was like, this is gross. I'm going to delete this. This never happened. Nobody's going to know this. So I like that a lot, especially for sidewalks and stuff. Makes it easy. I have their blower attachment too, and I've been using that for the past few years. And with my small yard, it works fine. But I'm really thinking about getting a backpack blower just to have more power, because I feel like I'm wasting time blowing my clippings and stuff off the sidewalks and the driveway and stuff. What do you guys use for your blower, or handheld, or something, a dedicated system, or do you guys use any kind of attachments like the Ryobi?
Can we take a moment of silence if we're going to talk about blowjobs, since Zach's not with us right now?
He kind of
is. One moment of silence for Zach if we're going to talk about blowies, and he can't be.
He was looking forward to this.
Now we can go.
He's awesome.
I was just gonna say I posted. So back to the Edger. I have just a electric plug-in Black & Decker that I run. It was like $20. Got it off Marketplace. Put a new blade on it. Works great. And then for blower, I had my grandpa's old electric blower, that Black & Decker, and I bet you that thing's from like the 80s. And recently, just a few weeks ago, I upgraded to a Ryobi backpack blower. Found it on Marketplace as well, so picked up for like $100.
Have you used it yet?
Yeah. So I used it. So I used it when all the snow melted. So I went out with a rake and did a lot of raking. But I was like, I just bought this thing. I'm going to test it out. So I put that sucker on. And I went out and on one side of my house was really matted down, and so I used it to blow the grass up and whatnot. I thought it worked really, really good. Then, of course, while I had it out, just like a new toy, I went and did like my hill, and I was blowing leaves, and I was just going everywhere with it and having fun with it. So I probably used a whole tank of gas in it just already, playing around.
Nice.
But no, I like it. It's bigger. My only beef about things like that is storage. You got a mower, you got a trimmer, you got an edger, you got a backpack blower. So one of the things I do is like I hang a lot of stuff from my ceiling in my garage. So like our bicycles, I have like hooks in the ceiling, and then they hang from the tires in there, and I got my trimmer hanging, my edger hanging. And so now it's like you walk through the garage and you're like ducking, and you gotta like move around and stuff like that because all the stuff's hanging. But yeah.
That was my fact. Ryobi Expand It system was having one gas powered machine where you have little attachments. Just took up less space, but my only complaint is the power on the blower attachment. It works okay, but I am really thinking about getting some kind of a dedicated thing, electric something, just to make it quicker.
Yeah, I had two for my hill. So in the fall, you guys have seen my hill. I got a lot of trees back there. And when I was trying to blow all the leaves off of it, like I said, I had a 150-foot cord. Well, as you're going up, trying to get up to the top, you're going in between the trees, and I have to come back down, go around one tree, then go back up, and I'd start going across, and I have to come back down. So, it was just a lot of time, and it wasn't the most powerful thing by any means. Back in the day, it was probably top of the line with probably like 40 cc's or something, or 40 mile per hour or whatever it was. But I just needed something a little more versatile. Didn't have any cords, so I could move around a little bit easier. That was my reason for purchasing it.
Yeah, that's a kind of an interesting thing to think about too. Is the CFM and the MPH of a blower.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of, the cubic feet per minute is, you want a higher number there for like blowing leaves. You want that volume of air coming out to blow leaves. But then like if you're blowing off your sidewalks, like doing like that sweeping kind of thing, that's where you want the higher MPH. So, when you're getting your equipment, those are the kind of the things you want to think about is what are you going to use it for? Are you going to use it for both? Are you going to do leaves and sidewalk? Then you need both big numbers. But if you want to just kind of focus on one or the other, then, those are what you want to look out for.
Yeah, so it sounds like some stuff has this place. So people with bigger yards, you're going to need gas, you're going to need something stronger. But if you got a smaller yard, you can do battery and you can do electric and all that kind of stuff because, you're only going to be out there for an hour compared to somebody who's going to be out there 3 hours.
Yeah, and I have a still gas blower for when I'm actually like out doing my yard work to blow.
Whoa! Hold up a second. Did you just say a still? What the hell is that, man? A steel, not a still.
Steel.
Midwest still.
Yeah, I have a steel blower for when I'm out.
A steel blower.
Steel blower for when I'm out doing my yard.
What's up, Mr. Blowjob?
What up? Sorry, man. I've had a hell of a night.
I think
we talk Chloe's and
several of us have.
he shows up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You're disrespecting the blowjob saying
No.
still.
I gave you a moment of silence. I don't know if you caught that.
No, I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, so we started talking blowies, and I said, guys, we got to take a moment of silence since you weren't here.
Sweet.
I was going to say too, having the battery is nice for a quick blowy, to get out in the garage and or get on the patio and, you know, get the blower out and you don't smell like gas and, you know, you could still get the blow job done.
Well, yeah, you got to make sure the batteries are charged though, man. There's nothing worse than having
Well,
them die.
So hey,
Yeah.
so do you guys always finish with a blow job, or do you sometimes start with a blow job?
Finish.
Finish.
You got to finish. You got to
You
finish.
know, sometimes in the fall, I got a bunch of leaves on my lawn, and you know, sometimes it's good to blow them off first, and then get a mow in, and then clean off the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Is that considered a double blow?
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God,
considered a
man.
pre and a post.
Pre and a post.
With a happy ending.
All right. So what about sprayers, guys? I know some of you guys are Petra Tools recipients and stuff, but what else is out there? We got some hose end sprayers, right? Backpack sprayers. What does everybody have?
Stay away from chameleon hose end sprayers. Those things are trash.
Ooh, shots
You should have
fired.
told me that. I don't like that thing at all. Yeah.
No, I pulled that filter off there, David. It's
Yeah,
garbage.
man.
It
I
went
told you,
in the
bro.
garbage. I had it for 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys all bashed on the ortho pretty good, and I'm sitting here like, man, I actually like mine.
Hey, I bought an ortho in place of it. I like the ortho.
Yeah, I saw you using that chameleon. It looks like you were dribbling out of that thing.
Yeah,
So everyone knows, I guess I do, you know, I do have the Petra sprayer. It's fine. I don't have any experience with any other backpack sprayer. So, you know, that's from what I've experienced so far. It's been an okay sprayer, but for hose end sprayer, I tried the ortho. I worked with it for several seasons. I did not like it. The container kept falling off. It kept getting clogged. So I ended up upgrading to a much more expensive model, the Blue Mule Spray All 50B, which is, I think, like $100, but that thing works and it has never clogged on me. I haven't had any issues with it. I just like things that work. So I'm happy to pay a little bit extra to get something that's going to work every single time. So,
Yeah, so it looks like so far in the chat, everybody's kind of talking about a couple people are getting Petras. A lot of them are Ryobi's backpack sprayers, ortho, hose end. So it seems to kind of be the go-to right now with everybody else.
Yeah, I
Those
have
of you
a,
with the
I
backpack.
have the Petra. Go ahead.
I was just say, who's got battery versus like pump? And have you guys had experience with battery versus
yeah,
pump?
that's what
I
I
have
was.
both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
man.
Both.
yeah.
I used pump for years, bro. Man. It's
I
tough.
used the pump one time, and then it was right to actually my wife got me a Spraymate Tornado, which is Flowzone's kind of brand of more DIY backpack sprayers. But she ended up getting that for my birthday for me last year, which was an awesome gift. But you know, I kind of planted it in her mind when she was asking me what I wanted for my birthday. So I told her that after I used one of the Solo backpack pump sprayers one time, and it was one of the nice ones too. You know,
Yeah,
like
they're
the
nice.
diaphragm pump on the back, and you know, it wasn't like the cheap pump sprayer, but it was, oh man, that was a pain in the butt, or pain in the arm, I guess.
I did the same thing. I bought a Field King pump and I said, oh, this is going to be great. I don't have to carry around this little tiny jug and pump it. And you go 6 feet and you're stopping and pumping. So I got the Petra, and funny story. The first time that I used it, I picked it up off my tool bench and both the straps broke immediately.
Jeez.
So that worked out great.
Yikes.
So they're
Yeah, I mean,
tied back onto it now.
If you do have one of the backpack pump sprayers, you know, there's nothing wrong with them other than that pressure issue. You can get one of those, what do they call it, constant pressure valves or whatever, for like $15, and that'll keep your backpack pressure going at the same PSI, even though, you know, you're pumping at a different PSI.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what, you guys are already done talking about string trimmers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what do you
man.
want to say?
Let's get back to string trimmers in
Come
just
on, man.
1 second.
We'll move back.
I want to do the drawing for next week, drawing for our special guest.
Yes.
Since we're a little ways into this. So for
Who wants to-
everybody that is interested in joining us, we've had a couple guests already. You guys have seen them. Lalo on Made You Look Lawn Care. We had Vince with Ruta Lawn Co. on here as well. We had the Mountain View Sea guys last week. So any of you guys that are interested, type in the chat
Yes.
KOTG. Type in KOTG if you guys want
Nice,
to be
unique.
drawn for the next week's special guest spot. All right. In the meantime, let's get back to trimmers, Zach.
Yeah, I was just curious. This could all be repeated stuff, but I found $150 I had in some Home Depot cards. So I was doing some shopping, and I was gonna get. I had it all set. I was gonna get the Echo power head that has the interchangeable attachments, 2-cycle, and had it all. I had a blade attachment for it where it's like a brush attachment, and a regular string trimmer. And then the dang power head was out of stock online after I went through all this. So I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm pretty sure that I'm set on that's what I want to get. I didn't know if anybody else had experience with that.
Is that called like the PAS or something?
PAS, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems pretty good. I mean, I've only seen people use it on YouTube, so it looks pretty good.
How about this? 2-stroke versus 4-stroke.
I got one better. Straight shaft or curve shaft?
Oh,
Straight. I had a curve shaft steel blower, steel trimmer too, and that thing was a pain in the butt. So I got pain in the arm from a pump sprayer and the pain in my back from that curve shaft trimmer.
Yeah.
I gotta go straight shaft.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
do
if
you
you're thing around and upside down and everything and get different angles, you got to have the straight shaft. That curve, I don't know what, nobody wants to be going off to the left or the right,
The big difference is the curve shaft is straight driven.
Yep.
You're hurting yourself on torque. Where if you get the straight shaft down at the end, it's got a worm gear, and you pick up some ratio, you pick up some torque.
Yes, sir. Good call,
Nice.
Olee.
I'll have to remember that.
What do you use, Olee?
I started out with a curve shaft, and it works okay. It's easier to walk with, but it doesn't have near the ass whenever you need it if you're starting from scratch. So I ended up buying I think it's a FS 111 gas powered steel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Good one.
it's a straight shaft, and it's got some Webos.
Yeah.
It's got some Webos.
Yeah, has some huevos.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys think about
How long does it take,
those scissors?
Scissors.
Oh, rotary scissors?
Yeah.
I want one.
Yeah, good topic.
I have no need for it, but I want it.
Right.
Aren't they
Yeah,
like
I mean,
$100 though?
Oh, they're like
they're
300
more
bucks.
than that. They're like $300. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it cuts like scissors then, right?
Yeah.
It's like a
like hedge
reciprocating
in a circle.
action. So yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, think about like those like reciprocating hedge trimmers, and then put that in a circle, and that's what they do. They like bypass each other, so you get that like you get that hot scissor action, and then you I mean, it gets down super low
Man.
too. So the real mowing guys, they love those things.
Yeah. $260 on Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Man.
It's pretty pricey.
yeah. Steel makes one now too. That fits on the combi, and you can put it adapted on other stuff too. But what's that company that makes the bit that makes them?
Stens.
I have no idea.
Yeah, something like that.
It's Stens Power Rotary Scissors.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Hey, going back to the 4 versus 2 cycle, Andy, I just went with 4 cycle. That way I could use the same gas as my mower
I did the
for
same
my
thing.
trimmer. I'm just lazy and I limited on space again, so I didn't want 2 different fuel tanks or have to do any mixing and remember and that kind of stuff. So that's the only reason. I don't know if there's a fit or not, as far as longevity goes, but just out of laziness and space saving.
Are you
Yeah.
able
The only
to
reason I would go 2 cycles so I could smell Klotz oil again.
on the 4 cycle? Are you able to like rotate the motor around? Like
Yeah.
if you were to switch to like do edging with the string trimmer and you had to flip it upside down, like is that an issue or do you have?
No, mine. I mean, at least mine. My Ryobi, it'll run wide open as long as you want it to, upside down, sideways. It doesn't care.
Okay.
Yeah, I made sure to look that up when I was going to buy it because I knew I wanted to store it up and down on the side of my garage, and I wanted to make sure there was no leakage issues. So whatever model I got, I don't remember exactly, but it was one of their expanded 4 cycles, and yeah, I can go any which way and it runs just fine. I could store it upright and it won't leak or anything like that.
Does it have a crankcase with oil in it?
I mean, it's got oil in it. I mean, I don't know what that is, but it's just got a little nub. You just open it up, and I mean, you just pour it a little.
So your
drops.
gas and oil is separate.
Yeah,
'cause
pour
the
it
whole
in
reason
your nub.
the whole
Yeah.
reason for the 2-stroke is where, like Vince is talking about, you can twist it all around. You don't have to worry about a crankcase. You don't have to worry
Right.
about oil coming out of a breather. Or,
Yeah, it could be an issue if you were to do it long. I mean, I only do it for a few moments at a time. But if you're working all day, commercial, or if you got a big yard, you're tipping it upside down all day or for prolonged period of time. But for me, so far, it hasn't been an issue.
I saw Vince tried to make his lawnmower a 2-stroke here recently.
and he videoed it too.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Hey, it happens.
I was doing an oil change and I don't know what I was thinking. I emptied out.
He had some stuck valves and he was trying to lube them up.
Yeah, right. I emptied out the oil and then I went to go fill it back up with oil, and then in between I got distracted with my kids and I went to go fill it up and I ended up pouring all half a bottle of oil in the gas tank, and I noted I did not like start the engine or anything. I was just sitting there and then I was like, oh crap, like so I was able to dump it out immediately, and it wasn't a huge issue or anything like that, but it's just one of those things I just wasn't thinking at the time, and I did film it. Yeah,
And smoke show.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Vince,
Yeah,
did that thing smoke pretty good when you started it or anything?
no, it really wasn't that bad at all because, like I said, like I caught it before I started it, so I dumped it all out immediately, and I still had some gas in the gas container, so I just dumped all of the gas and everything out with it. It wasn't like the oil was falling into like a dry gas container where it would like stick to the sides or anything. So
Where'd you dump it at?
I have an oil bin. I just dumped it in there and then I put it back into the oil containers and I dispose of it.
All right, so let's do our drawing real quick, and then we can move on to the other one as well. So let me share my screen here for everybody.
Quite a
Is it
bit of
letting you-
entries.
So
quite a bit.
yeah, I did want to give a shout out to everybody in the live chat. Thank you guys
nice.
so much. I think when we first started this, I think our first was like 4 people wanted to join in, and then the next time we did it, we had like 7, and now we're up to 12. So that's awesome. We appreciate you guys wanting to jump in and chat with us on here. So
Olee, get that music ready for when we spin the wheel. We need some sound effects.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're ready.
All right, so we got 12. I'm going to shuffle. Let's do 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll go full screen.
Ready for music?
Yeah.
And there we go.
Hey, Papa's
Papa's
Lowe's
Low.
Low. That's
Nice.
awesome.
First viewer ever. I'm pretty sure he's the first viewer we ever had. I think we were on me, Vince, Brent. I don't know,
Is
a couple
it-
other people, and he would pop in.
Those are our test days.
Yeah, we were just testing. And he was showing up.
Nice.
Hey, you guys are live.
Congratulations.
There's some good karma for him.
Yeah, congrats. congrats. So we'll reach out to you, Papa Moslow, and let you know the ins and outs of jumping on and get you set up before next week.
That's awesome.
I got a topic I'll throw out there for discussion. So I know a lot of the, the ethanol versus non-ethanol debate in your engines. What do you guys think on that?
Olee?
I would say the biggest thing is if it sets for any time, the ethanol stuff's going to give you a hard time. It's going to clog up the jet and the carburetor, and you're going to keep choking it and get aggravated because it won't run without the choke. And then basically, if it sets, it's going to gum up and mess up the main jet in the carb.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it accumulates water, so you can't have that running through your engine. So if you're fortunate enough to live somewhere where you do have ethanol-free gas, then definitely want to put that in. And I run high octane in mine too. I don't know if anybody else thinks
I
differently.
run 93 and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
But I mean, if you do get ethanol gas, like in St. Louis, I'm in the city and county metro area, and we don't have ethanol free gas because of like all the emissions laws and stuff. But you definitely want to treat your gas as I do it right at the gas station when I'm filling up the container. I pour the mix right in, and it mixes in, and then I have my treated gas when I get home and I'm ready to go.
I feel like that's kind of like that's one of those like 20 years, 30 years ago. It was like, your dad told you that, your grandpa told you that, and you had to. But I feel like nowadays, like the engines are made differently to almost accommodate it. So in my opinion, purely my opinion, it's not as big of a debate or as big of an issue that it used to be. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, ethanol gas definitely, breaks down into or absorbs water out of the air and kind of gets it mixed in with the fuel. That happens. That's a fact that happens. And running that through your engine, I don't want to do that. So, I don't know if engines are any better now. I don't know. I just don't know, but I'm not going to take that chance, especially, if the gas is going to be sitting in there for any amount of time. Or this is another thing too, you always kind of be running fresh fuel through. So for homeowners, having just a 2.5 gallon can is good because that'll get you a couple weeks worth of gas, and then you're out of gas. So you have to go get new gas, and you're always running fresh fuel through your machine. So, don't have gas sitting around. Don't buy it in big quantities. So it's not sitting in your garage, sucking up the humidity out of the air and getting the water mixed in with the fuel. Those are a couple tips to keep it out of your engine.
Does anybody use stable products in their gas?
Nope.
I don't because I buy a premium non-ethanol.
Okay.
And then another thing to save yourself some trouble is, when you're not going to use it for a while, cut the fuel. You got to on and off on a lot of mowers. Cut the fuel off, let it sit there and run till it sucks the carb dry. And you'll have less issues with buildup and gunk and crap in the main jet.
Yeah, when I know I'm getting to my last mow or two of the season, I'll let it run all the way down. That way it gets dry. If I have to put a little bit more in to get the last cut in, I'll do that. Let it run dry, and then because I just get crap from the pump, whatever's left of my gas can, I'll throw it in the minivan and call it a day and let everything be empty for the winter.
Yeah.
Hey guys, real quick, we're coming up here on the end, but I wanted to announce the giveaway. So we're doing a giveaway tonight, and in honor of Cody, since it's he's out and a new baby boy, he's actually the one doing this giveaway. It's for some Spiker swag. So I'm going to throw up here on my screen real quick. I don't know if you guys can see that because I have a green screen, but it's a hat, a beanie, and a sticker, courtesy of Spiker. So if you guys want to be entered in for the giveaway, jump back here in the live chat and type in Spiker, and we'll get your names down for the wheel to spin right here at the end.
Yeah, nice. Another beanie's making an appearance. We got freeze warnings for the next couple of days here in St. Louis. So
my lows are in the 20s.
Yeah, crazy.
Thursday and snow.
So,
Crazy.
Bill, you said you said that you run everything like basically dry and empty as can be. Another argument I've always heard is you want to do the opposite. You want to keep them as full as can be, so you don't have any room in that tank for condensation. Have you guys heard those kind of both sides of those stories as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you storing it through the winter, the way gas is, and so sorry now, you'd be better for it to be dry. But like through humidity and through the summer and that kind of stuff, yeah, if you got it more full, you got less room for sweat.
Yeah.
No.
That's a good thought. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely run all my gas equipment, even my steel blower I run that dry. And again, I'm using treated gas. I put the ethanol fuel treatment and storage treatment in my gas. So, that's what the last gas is going through is treated gas. And then I run it dry. And like you said, Bill, I dump whatever's left in my can in my minivan and let that kind of mix in with that gas that's in there.
So when you put that premium in your minivan, you get a couple more horsepower
Right.
out of it.
Yeah. I noticed when I'm driving to soccer practice, I get that extra little bump at the green light.
You turn it up eco mode, it's the 4-wheel drive.
The DVD player comes down just a little bit faster in the back when I'm.
Paw Patrol plays a little bit louder too, right?
Oh, thankfully we're past the Paw Patrol. We're on Disney Princesses now, which isn't terrible because that means I can mix in like a Lion King or something every once in a while.
There you go.
Anybody get a mow this week?
Yes, sir. 2 of them today.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that, man. Those X-Mart. So what is that? Do you guys talk about this already? But what is that? What were you using?
First
you
of all,
give me
I'll
a quick summary of it.
Just gonna go ahead and say it's badass. That's all I can say.
It did look badass.
I mean,
it's wicked. I had the 30-inch X-Mart and the commercial version, and I was tired of the little skinny tires pressing so much on the turf because that spot at the shop is only 3,500 square feet. And
what's beside it?
Huh?
What's beside it? What's right beside that property there?
A pasture that belongs to my dad. Just
okay.
Voluntary stuff. I keep telling him I'm gonna go out there and take the John Deere and level it out and take the Harley rake to it and take it over. But
do it. You need more square footage, Olee.
I got too many. But anyway, I picked up that X-Mart turf tracer. I looked up and found it on Marketplace. Those things are back ordered everywhere. And with everything so hard to get, it drives the price through the roof. Well, this fella had bought this thing, had it 2 weeks, never turned the blades on. It had a 0.5 of an hour, but never turned the blades on. And that's something about a piece of equipment I don't understand. All my mowers don't click on the iron meter until you turn on the PTO. But this one, as it's running, it counts. But anyway, I looked up and bought it last night, and he made me a heck of a deal on it, and I'm tickled to death, man. That thing stripes. It don't have a drop of nothing on it, but for a stripe kit, nothing, just a deck. And I can't believe how it stripes.
It's amazing. That picture that you sent was awesome.
So
and I'm
gonna go get me a horse stall mat and cut and put on the back of it. It's going to be.
It's a walk behind, right? It's not a.
Yes, walk behind.
Stand on, right? Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to walk behind. I've always wanted one. It's hydro, driven, not belt driven, and it's going to take a little getting used to. It's a little touchy, but man, it's amazing to cut because that thing's a 14.5 horse. And I cannot, like a lot of people were telling me in my pictures the other day, man, you need to sharpen your blades. My blades is sharp, believe me. They're sharp. But what I was running into is the turf over is so thick at the shop, the 30-inch X-Mart, I don't know exactly what horsepower motor it is, but you had to creep through that stuff. And I think it didn't have enough butt to push the blades, and that's the reason it was tearing the grass. That mower today, man, that thing has got all the webos you can ask for.
You gonna get a sulky for it? Let it drag you around your.
No, that messed up my stripes. No, sir. I'll just limp on down behind there.
There you go.
But
All right, guys. I got all the names in, so let's go ahead and get on with the giveaway here. All right, sharing my screen again. So we almost had as many people join in on this as we did for the names thing. So we got 23 people. Somebody tried to sneak 2 in there, but I caught them. So we only have 23 in there.
Busted.
So I'm only going to shuffle this 3 times. And this is for the Spiker swag. So 1, 2, 3.
Do I see Homestead in there?
Homestead's in there. He was the first one, man.
Oh,
Homestead put his name in first.
The king of rap.
Yep. You might as well just give it to him.
Yeah.
All right, Olee, you want to play music again? All right. Oh,
Hey.
Turf
Turf
Track
Track.
DIY.
good job, William.
Congrats. All right, we'll
Arizona.
contact you to get that swag out to you, man. Congratulations.
Be sure to send him a toboggan out there where it's like 100 degrees.
All right, guys, we got anything else to talk about? Wrap up. I think we had a great conversation tonight. Hit a
Let's
lot
wrap
of
it up.
things about equipment.
I think we've talked enough about blowies. Let's wrap it. Let's,
Wrap it up for the night. Well, we're gonna give a special shout out to all our people in the live chat. Appreciate you guys. We had a great conversation with you tonight, and look forward to next week having Papa Mo's Lowe's on. So look for all that information, and great job to the KOTG cast. You guys did great tonight. And
Yeah, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and hit that bell so you get next week's episode when we go live with who is it? Papa Moslow?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Holy, you
for us
were
on our
flashing
podcast.
some stickers there, huh? You doing sticker swaps now?
It finally happened, man.
oh yeah.
The first time I ordered them, I got a set of ladies' shoes. I can't believe it, Mom. That package showed up, and I was like, "What in the world, QVC sticker mule?" I start tearing the bag open. I'm like, "Skechers." I go ahead and open it up, and sure, it's got a set of ladies' shoes in there. I'm like, "What in the devil?" So somehow the sticker came off of the sticker mule package and ended up on somebody else's package and showed up.
So somebody else got some fescue freak stickers.
Yeah, I wish they'd send them to me because I plan on giving them away.
They're just as confused as you, I'm sure.
Oh, I bet they were. Like, what the heck is
What is this?
what kind of name is that?
People who mow on Instagram.
All right, guys. So hit Olee up for stickers. He's got some now. Message
Olee,
him
I
on
better
Instagram.
get the first sticker, Olee. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm about to stick one on
Yeah,
that X.
he deserves it.
Yeah, you do.
Does every
Nate.
sticker come with a can of cheer wine?
Ooh, there you go.
We'll see
gonna
what
get
we can do.
expensive.
All
That or
right.
a jar of Dukes for my buddy
Ooh.
Dave up there
Oh, yeah.
instead of that Hellman's. Ugh.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
We will see you next
Thanks
week.
everybody for coming out.
Later.
Guys.
See you next Tuesday.
See you.